Salutations, friends. I am here. It's time to draw. Or something. Welcome. I wanna do this. Tiring, oh no. I'm sorry to hear that. Blade, hello. Fizzle, hello. We're doing a tank drawing. But it's not your normal tank drawing. I was thinking about trying to really flesh out some of these characters a little more. And like what their deal might be, you know? I want this. I want that. Turnip, hello. Probably here. It'll be a little too. Oops. Maybe I'll just make this a tall one. I'll just do that. Instead of constantly shrinking stuff. I have all this room for activities. Okay, something like that. this is a bad idea. I don't know what that object looks like from that angle, so it's gonna be something totally different. You love the wrestling one. I'm glad that you liked it. This is gonna be a similar thing. In that it is about a sport, which is something I know nothing about. Kind of comes like that. I'll give him a big smile instead. Oh wait, what if I do? Yeah. It needs to be bigger. Yes, basketball is usually his sport of choice. But I was like thinking about it earlier, and I was like, I feel like at some point in his life, he probably would have played football, you know? So here I am trying to figure out how football works. I think proportions of this are not quite right. I'm going for like goofy, sentimental, like, oh yeah, this is what he looked like when he played football. He was probably always doing the belly thing. But like for as old as they are, they have so much other history that I could talk about, like all of high school stuff, you know? Maybe a little college. I don't think he would have played football in college. I do think he would probably still have that. His hair would probably be longer. I'm gonna say his hair's a little longer when he's younger. Do I really feel like doing it that way? Not especially. Kind of want to draw the pads, but at the same time I don't want to draw the pads. But I also want to draw like a number, but at the same time I don't want to draw a number with all these wrinkles, you know? Say there's like a line here, maybe. Like, oops. Probably like a very small little grass there, grass here. I don't know about this background actually, now that I'm looking at it some more. I don't like these angles. Time to change everything. Oops. This is why I always do my background stuff on a separate layer. So annoying to have to change later. But I think I want this more like that. Bring this down a little more. Yeah. Maybe in the end, will like do a little Polaroid style border around it or something. Make it look like it's in a scrapbook. Oh, these were gonna be like little smiley lines, but just remembered I could do the like little black squares. Oh, yeah, for the rectangles. How fun. How fun. Jesse in the stands, no. They did not go to the same school. Do I want to do this? Do I want to do the new line thingy? I kind of do. I feel like I should get used to it a little more. Let me not start with his face. Let me start with the hands. That's going to be the thing that bothers me most. This one is in the past, yes. I'm gonna. Oh, that's not a hand shape that I like. I'm gonna say this is high school. I don't think he would have played in college, but I'm not sure. This is probably like end of high school, you know? That's a little too thick, I think. He's gonna look extra weird because even though they're short, this is gonna be like one of the only time he has sleeves on. His mascot was the Bears. That's very good. I was just wondering what his mascot would have been. Oh. Did he grow up in the beach town? I think yes. I think I decided yes, he did. Jesse being the scene guy. Jesse was like kind of horrible in school. I really need to get into that someday because I really want to draw that whole dynamic of him. But Jesse was like the kid who got in trouble a lot. I don't know if he was a bully, but I haven't decided if he was. But he definitely got in trouble all of the time. This less weird. Who is native and not native to the beach town? I believe the only ones who have always been in the beach town are Jesse, or not Jesse, Tank, Felix, and Kai. And Diesel, of course. Jesse was not, and Roz was not. Is Jesse a hacker who docks his enemies? No. Jesse was like... You know, that Rockstar game bully. The main character, the titular bully. Jesse was that guy. I think those go like that. I don't really know. But Jesse was one of those, like, kid on a bad path kind of things until someone was like, you're gonna be a bad kid unless you change your ways. I just haven't fully fleshed out how I want that to go exactly. He found Jesus. I don't know if it was Junior or not. I haven't decided. It would probably make the most sense for it to be Junior though, because they were pretty close growing up. I don't know if I want to give him anything on this arm, so I won't. Oops. One thing I haven't decided is, would he have had like each fuzz? Like, do I want to draw a little beard on him? Decisions. Oops. Feeling like this be a little longer. Thank you, Partly. I'm glad that you like it. think I'm gonna go with no beard for now. But if I change it, if I change my mind later, always just draw a little. It wouldn't be like a whole thing. It would be like a little doubly, you know? What if he had really bad acne where his beard is? I don't know. He doesn't strike me as like a horrible acne person, you know? Not like down there anyway. Maybe I'll give him like 1 or 2. But not like on his chin or whatever. Ah. I thought I switched back. Was considering drawing like the whole back of his throat, but then I was like, that's gonna look weird, so we're just gonna fill this whole spot in. Call it a day. So I made some slight alterations to this brush since the last time I used it. Because one of the things that I noticed it was doing was that it had this like weird paint effect to it, because it's meant to emulate like traditional inking stuff. But it would do this thing where if you like drew a bunch and then drew over a bunch, it would have like a weird opacity effect to it that I did not like. I was trying to get rid of it. But then I also found out that like brushes with like a lot of texture like this just kind of do that in Procreate also. Like even when I turned it all the way off, it still did that until I like let go of the brush completely. Like if I did this sort of thing, it would have that weird overbleed, but as soon as I like let go of the second stroke, it would be fine. I am using a custom brush from someone named Lobster Squirrel. I'm bad at making brushes, and I like the texture of this one. But usually I use like the default ones. He's probably just lifting it for whoever has the camera. I haven't decided who that would be. But it's like no one in particular. Probably one of his many friends. I imagine he probably had many friends. Any friends that secretly thirsted? No. He was just like a genuinely nice person, so he probably just had lots of people who were really cool with him. This is incorrect. I'm gonna need to redraw the eyebrows anyway. Or 18. I'm gonna say this one's probably somewhere in that ballpark. Oh, those like award thingies. You would get like the congeniality one. Just like that one that you get for being the one everyone likes. I'm putting off throwing his pants here because too. Where did my reference go? Maybe not quite popular, but like somewhere in there, you know? Actually, yeah, probably the popular thing. Or like this. Superlatives, yeah, I couldn't think of the name either. Tank may be the one in the uniform, but you're the real MVP, Turnip. Something like that, I think. Okay. This a little bit further back. A word nerd. Are you playing Wordle? Ah. Doing dishes. Going with your dishes. Never have and don't intend to. I also haven't really played it. Peppersmint. Peppersmint. Thank you for the follow. Your name was like throwing me off. Because it was reminding me of that game Minute that's spelled like Minnit. Good game, by the way. Maybe I'll do that with reading. Oh man, speaking of games, I think I'll do that with shading too. I only got around to playing a game that I'd been meaning to play for a long time on my phone. And it's very good. The problem is that it's a phone game, so like when I'm sitting at work, I'm like, man, I wish I didn't have all this work to do because I could just be playing this game instead. But it's called Guildlings. I like it a lot. Rayto, hello. But yeah, I guess that's part of what gave inspiration for this today. Probably a little bit. But it's like a fun little RPG. On Apple Arcade, which is what I'm playing it on. I don't know what else it's on. Maybe on other platforms. You're on something else and want to check, I don't know. Yeah, it's like a little RPG where you play as a kid in a magical world where I don't like this shape here. It also isn't quite how it goes. I don't know why I didn't really look at it. You're in like a magical world where like magic is literally just like a thing that exists in this world, but also you're like a teen or something. You get a new phone. They're called tomes in this world because they're just like phones, but also magic spell books or whatever. And yours is very old and very cursed. And it traps you in a bubble until you can like form a guild to complete an adventure. I'm pretty early on into it, but it's pretty delightful. It starts with like your sister who tricks the phone basically into being like, okay, well, instead of trying to save the world, what if you just make it so you help me break out of our room because we're both grounded and help me save this date I was supposed to go on. And then it just kind of escalates from there. Where like, of course, things kind of come up and you end up going on like a bigger adventure, and it's a real delight. I enjoy it a lot. Art's really good. Writing's also pretty great. A magical fun time full of magic and wonder. Something. Okay, let's do background things now. I'm gonna try and get away with doing like most of this. implications of things, as far as like line art goes. Put a bunch of dots down. Since a lot of this is going to just be like changes in color, try and keep it that way. You know what I mean? Like the grass doesn't change texture because there are suddenly lines on it, you know? It's just a line painted onto the grass. I want to do the same thing here. I think this will be fine. What's his jersey number? I haven't decided. He was a lineman, and I know there are specific numbers for that. There's like specific numbers for all of them. That's like one of the few things I know about how the jersey conventions work. That there's like a number range for which position you play. I think linemen get the nice number, so maybe it'll be that number. Thumbs look a little long. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. I'm like 85% sure. But again, I don't know a lot about sports, so maybe I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure for football specifically, certain positions have certain like ranges of number that you can use. Or maybe that's just how it was like in my school. And they only had like jerseys that went in a specific range, depending on your position. 50 to 59. I thought lineman could be the 69, the nice number. I was prepared to make so many good jokes. By which I mean bad jokes. Defensive lineman can be. That seems like his deal. He seems like a defender. A defendy boy. Ball. Playing that foosball. With Bobby Boucher. What was his number? Maybe it'll be that number that Tank has. This ball still feels like it's lemon shaped. Like it's tapering weirdly. Good enough. I don't know how many of these there are, so there's just gonna be like 5. Wait, the way I said what? That it's lemon shaped? It was though. Had those like little dimples on the ends. Not my beautiful wife. Not my beautiful house. This is not how footballs are shaped. I mean, I guess kind of they look like lemons a little bit, but not like that much. That with color. Yeah. Ball need be bigger. Bigger ball, please. Maybe that's too big. I guess that's fine. Frustrated and incredulous. I mean, I was those things. Wait, hold on. That's why this looks weird, is that these do not line up. this way. Sure. Start with the background and work our way forward, I think. I think I have one in here that will work for grass colors. Where's that? The one that I usually... Oh, it's this. Maybe a mixture of these two? Try it and see. Not that one. Here it is. Trying to get all these. What? There we go. All these closer to the top so I don't have to scroll as far when I'm swapping between them. Let's start here, I think. I'm gonna swap to the studio brush pen for a little while. Cecil taking a picture. Whoa. The plot thickens. I think I'm gonna need this to be a different color in a minute. But for now, I'm not gonna worry about it. Trying to think of what his school colors would be, and I think if it's like the same beach town, it would probably be the coral bear colors. Like that feels like it would make sense, right? I don't like that. It's doing that thing where it randomly cuts out. Go with that color. And let's say I think it's like like actually this color, but I think I might make it like a lighter color for this. Okay. Had to make sure I was on the right layer there. Man, I really like this, like MS Paint texture that this brush has. It's so good. Any of them went to Tank school. I feel like Tank and Felix probably went to the same school, but Felix left before Tank got there. This is going to be a different color for sure. What about this color? That seems fine. Need Donnie, hello. Yes, this is a teen Tank. Where? Nope. How that's spelled. Nope. Man, this is like a lot harder than I thought it would be. I'm doing all the harder ones first because it'll be easier when I get closer to the part of the fence that's not cut off by the end. I'll say it was just drawn by the students. So that's why it's inconsistent and not great. Definitely gonna need to move this one a little bit. And definitely going to change this color now. Ah! That's better. Okay, let's do this part now. I'm trying my best to just kind of like not have to go and do a like a perspective situation here, like a drawing assist situation. I want these like wiggly organic lines a little bit, you know? Close. At the same time, I'm also trying to sort of keep in mind how the perspective for these might work. Where the further away you get, the closer together these lines will be. Actually, that's probably not bad. That's for this part. Ah. What a fun song this is. Love the lore. I'm glad you like it. I've been thinking about it a lot more lately. I recently watched, or I rewatched, because I like kind of started it before and then didn't finish it. Like a whole video essay about Ruby, the show, and like how it was like so close to something great. I agree with a lot of the stuff in that video, unfortunately, because I still watch that show all the time, but I'm always like, man, I wish this was, it's like so close to being much better, and it's just not. That's too much. But yeah, one of the points that kind of sticks with me pretty hard is just like the characterization of, well, the characters. So I've been thinking about it a lot lately, like what's up with each of these boys and why are they, like what makes them different from one another? How does that inform like parts of their design and stuff like that? So I'm trying to be more conscious of those things. Color. Never watch Ruby. I would say it's worth watching at least the like breakdowns of like what the problems with it are. Because there's a lot about the show that's like very good, but it's also like, man, if only if only like one little thing about this was different, you know? the way that I always kind of like thought about it, which after watching like this explainer video seems to apparently have been kind of true, is that it's like really, really good action sequences that are sort of like you're trying to find a way to piece them together, even though they may not necessarily what am I trying to say here? It's like you have a bunch of dots and the story is just like trying to connect those dots, and it didn't fully have it planned out until like a couple of seasons in. They didn't fully know what they wanted the story to be. But man, like, Monty Oum is a genius, was a genius, is a genius. One of those things. However you want to say it. But yeah, like, those fight scenes hold up so well still. They're like extra rad. I would say just like watch the Red trailer, because I rewatched it again after this explainer video, and it's still like, it still rules super hard. Just like the action-y bits of that show are pretty great for their first couple seasons where Monty did all the fight scenes. Monty and like 2 or 3 key other people. But yeah, that's like one of the biggest problems about it, is that like, oh man, we got these really cool fight scenes, but like we kind of have to get from this point to another point, and because of that, like, a lot of the stuff about it that like could have been really great isn't as great as you would want it to be. That seems to be the general sentiment among folks I know who have watched it. It's like, yeah, it's okay, but like, it could have been so much more. And I think that's part of the reason why like you hear so many people like very vocal about it online. If you hear people talking about it online, it's folks who like either really, really love it or really like are disappointed about it. Because there's like a lot of really interesting and cool pieces to it, and every now and again it'll do something really, really interesting and great with those pieces, and then sometimes it's like, oh man, I was expecting you to do more than what you've done. And the explainer video that I was watching really kind of put it into kind of like really encapsulated how I had been feeling about this show, which is that the parts that are like very, very good make you disappointed in the parts that are not as good, because you know that they have the capability for it to be very good, and it's not that consistently. Which is unfortunate, because it's like I really do enjoy the ideas that are presented often in that show. And like the characters are like fun. I like a lot of the premises of the world. And like the character designs are pretty neat and stuff. But yeah, man, sometimes it's like I want to like it a lot more than I do. Like there were a lot of times where I would be watching and I would just kind of be like, why am I watching this still? And then every now and again I'd be like, oh, that's neat. Yeah, I guess I'll keep watching. In my opinion, yes, the quality did dip after Monty Oum, the show creator, passed away. He is like better than literally anyone that I've ever seen in terms of like choreographing fights in an interesting way. I would say definitely check out the fight scenes from, just look up like Monty Oum fight scenes Watch Haloid on YouTube because I'm sure it's still there. The Dead Fantasy series, all that stuff. And it's like the quality is not bad the quality is bad because it's very old at this point, but the way in which the fights occur is always so interesting and fluid and really just fun to watch. He has like a style about the way that his fights go where there isn't a lot of like there's a series that I like to watch from Corridor Digital where they like react to fight scenes and VFX scenes. And one of the things that comes up sometimes when they talk about fight scenes are how like you don't waste your scenes and the characters in them with like an example would be like if you have a fight scene, right? And there's like one dude fighting like 20 dudes. You wouldn't want it to just be like your main dude fighting a guy and then like 19 people just standing behind them like not doing anything because it looks awkward when they could just be in the fight. You know what I mean? Monty Ohm's fight scenes do that with like momentum and movement in a way that I don't see consistently elsewhere. Like you'll see it every now and again, but man, it was just like so masterful in a lot of ways. Watch like the Ruby Red trailer and you'll see what I mean with like the scythe and the recoil and the gun and stuff like that. There's a lot of like that sort of stuff in his fights that is really cool and just like, man, so rad. But from what I understand, a lot of the like confusion for the pipeline of the show came from the fact that like the fight sequences and the story itself were like separate parts that had to be combined later, if that makes sense. Like it would just kind of be like broad strokes, person in world do thing to get to this action scene that we want to have happen, kind of. Which like could work. I just think there was maybe like a communication breakdown or something that might have happened. I'm not really sure. I didn't work in that studio, so I don't know anything about what the like true behind the scenes stuff it was. I'm just generally like bummed about it because it's like, dang, man, it's cool, but like, also it's frustrating. Laximus, hello, welcome. It's the end of Steven Universe. I understand your sentiment there. I was able to keep interest in the show long enough to still enjoy it to the end, but I understand why people sort of lost that interest. Forget the blushy boy. The blushy boy blushies. Huh. Oh no, not that. Oh no. Oh geez. Let's yeah. I take back what I said earlier, Turnip. blemishes are much like freckles in that once you start drawing them, they're very fun to draw. So he's gonna have a bunch of them. Oh yeah, maybe it was his sister who took the picture. That would make a lot of sense. Yeah, his sister's name is Tabitha. Ah. You call her Tabby. Like the cat, but not really. Maybe I should use this color instead. Make sure it's like consistent with colors I'm using elsewhere. Only one who can make acne look cute. I mean, I may have to draw the rest of the boys as teens now, so there could be other adorable blemishes, I guess. You know, so like don't count all those chickens just yet. Or something. Because the last time I did like the baby pictures, there were a lot of them that I didn't have actually. A majority of them weren't around. That's kind of wild to think about. Only 3 of the 7 boys were around the last time I did like a blast from the past type of thing. It's crazy. Troublemaker Jesse. Yeah. I really do need to sit down and come up with something for that. Taking it as a promise for future drawings. Well, I mean, I guess now I kind of have to, right? Need this color. Oh man, now I'm thinking about like how weird Kai's gonna look without any tattoos whatsoever. What if Kai had like really short hair? He just decided to grow it out when he got older. Now you got me over here contemplating drawings that I'm not even drawing right now. How dare. Trying to be focused here. Super skinny when they were younger. Yeah, Roz was thin. He was like very, very skinny. Just do it on the same layer, why not? Why not? I don't know about this color. Team name was the Bears. It was a suggestion from the chat that was too good to pass up. Plus it like makes sense, right, with the coral bear thing that the town's got going on. Just works.
You're gonna make one swell bear.
Yeah, look at that guy up there. This is also not the right color now that I'm looking at him again. Platypus, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it immensely. Yeah, I guess it is this color. Doesn't feel like it would be, but it is. I gotta change the background though. I did it again. I'll leave it that color. A decision has been made. Much higher up than it should be. Am I forgetting anything? I don't think I am. Okay. That keeps doing that thing. Let's say this color. What's satisfying? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Actually, I don't like either of these. I want this way instead. Needed a stream like this. Do me far too much honor. Yeah. Yeah. Sunsetty vibes in here. Sure. Let's try this for shadows. How that goes. That's far too big. Wait, if that's not that layer, then... Oh, there just wasn't a line there. Silly me. Yeah. Need them sepia tones. Sepia? To be honest. Which ways?
You're gonna make one swell bear.
Jay, thank you for the follow. I hope you're not as bored now that you're here. Random, hello. No, I still have no idea how to sport. We're just pretending I do for the sake of drawing a football boy. I do stream. Sometimes. I do my best. I'm like very bad at streaming, honestly. I do a lot of the things that they say you're not supposed to do when you're streaming. But that's just because I'm just here to have a good time. I'm not really here to be a whole business about it. I don't have that kind of energy. The least professional streamer. We're all least professionals. Something. Just kidding. You can see me on FaZe Clan getting headshot. I'm just kidding. Do you imagine? What if they did have like a thing for like art streams? That would be so out of place. Endling? I know the name of that, but I don't remember anything else about it. But yeah, give it a try. Streaming's pretty cool. I get to hang out with y'all. You get to listen to me ramble about random anime and memes occasionally. Adding shadows. I mean, a lot of it for the shadows especially is just like practice, really. I make a lot of it up as I go, but in general, like, it follows like the same kind of rules probably like 90% of the time.
And you're gonna make one swell bear.
Queenie, thank you for the follow. Fox mother and you protect her kids. Oh. I think I do remember this game. I think I had a glow up. I feel like they probably all did. Except for maybe Cecil. Cecil was always too good for everyone. Love the way that I color. Thank you. I'm glad that you like it. It's just a lot of practice. I'm actually very bad at coloring. So I have to try extra hard not to be. Oh yeah, I saw you tease that you were gonna play How to Fool Boyfriend. I would ask if you enjoyed it, but that would be like the whole point of the video, so I'm not gonna spoil it for myself. I wouldn't want you to divulge your secrets before everyone got a chance to watch the video. Mixed feelings. No, don't elaborate. No. The video. Papa YouTube and his dastardly algorithm. They desperately, desperately need those clicks. Can't get enough of those clicks. Don't want to spoil it and give them less clicks. Cecil paid to have his glow up. Cecil has always been glowing. Positively radiant, that child. Oh man, but that's the other thing I still actually do need to draw is his siblings. I feel like I say that like every stream. One of these days, I promise I'm gonna draw his siblings. And Junior's too. Out on the indie announcement. Coming to PC. Nice. I haven't been to a PAX in a while, so I feel like I don't know as much about indies as I usually do. But that would always be like my favorite thing about going to PAX would be seeing what indie games I would have to look forward to. Always my favorite part of the PAX experience, personally. Haven't been since 2006. It's quite a long time. I went every year with some friends from college, starting in 2014, and then we stopped when the pandemic happened. It was kind of coincidental because we were going to take that year off anyways. We were like, let's try going somewhere else for a while instead. But then a pandemic occurred and nobody went anywhere. Never been at all. I would recommend it. It's definitely a really cool experience. Especially if you're a big nerd like me and you're really into like games of all kinds, like tabletop video games, that sort of thing. The problem with going to PAX as much as I have is that it kind of has like ruined smaller conventions for me because I'm just so used to being at PAX. So when I'm at a smaller convention, I'm like, oh, this doesn't feel like a lot of people. When in reality, PAX is just generally large. Especially because PAX East is the one that we would normally go to, so it's like a ton of people all crammed into one building. I definitely like the vibes for Seattle PAX a little more though. It was like a lot more exploring the city because it was a lot more walking around in general. But definitely recommend PAXs of all kinds. It's a good time. I always end up spending far too much money because I like the pins there also. I have like a whole collection at this point.
But I can cause a big impact. I just want us all to live in peace. Why can't we have that?
I don't know why, but this just like vaguely reminded me of that like pumpkin song from Sonic Adventure 2, and then I remembered that there's a Sonic movie coming out soon, which is like wild to think about. I don't know if I'm gonna go see it. I went to see Morbius, and now I'm like, I don't know if I want to go see movies for a while. It wasn't actually that bad, but it wasn't an especially wonderful time. But I know some folks who are really into it, so maybe I'm just not into Morbius as a character. Who knows? Doing shadows with this brush always feels kind of weird because the texture always makes me assume that I need to color it all in by hand, even though I probably don't really, but I always feel like if I don't, it's gonna be extra work somehow, but it's not really. I'm just like reminiscing about being at PAX the first time and how cool it was. I didn't have a ton of like super into video games type of friends, like in high school or whatever. So going to PAX was like the first like major, like I've never seen this many people all in one place who know what I'm talking about when I talk about random video game things or anime things. It was a really cool experience. Plus that first year I ran into like way more internet famous people than I think I ever have in any years prior. Or maybe I was just like way more excited about it in that particular year. Because I'd never seen like internet people in a physical space before. I was like, oh, they exist. Crazy. But then like years later it was like, oh hey, that person's here. That's cool. But I would always kind of be like, I want to go say hi. They're on their way to go do something or something. And I would always feel like really bad stopping people. Like one of the people I still follow fairly closely online, I saw them one year at PAX like 4 times, but only said hi once at like a meet and greet, and every other time I was like, they're busy. I don't want to bother them. They're on their way somewhere. But that's like one of the cool things about PAX. You can just kind of like see if you're into famous internet people, quote unquote famous internet people, and they are gonna be at PAX, you will probably see them somewhere randomly that you weren't expecting. And I think that's really neat. Thanks for hanging out, Tizzle. Sleep well. Who knows if they won or not? Random Mario, I was not expecting that suddenly. Yeah, there was a Mario there. I heard it. I love when musicians will just like randomly use the most weird samples out of nowhere for like seemingly no reason. Always just a fun little surprise. It's like, yeah, here, you can have a little Mario as a treat. Didn't see that one coming, and it's like, yeah, I didn't. Thank you. Thank you for the Mario. I love it. Lovely. Ferris Bueller's Day Off and skip class. Oh no. Well, if you are truly not feeling well, then I think it will be okay. But if you're just saying that as an excuse to skip class, then you should go to class. Although I'm, like, exceptionally bad at taking days off in general. So, I may not be the authority on this particular subject that you should be listening to. Although I also always had bad luck with like getting sick at school, where like the only times I would really end up feeling ill would be like times when I could not take time off. Like I would suddenly be feeling not well and it would be like, oh, it's finals week. Can't just not go take this test and or turn in this project or whatever. which leads me to believe that I probably was really only getting sick because of the additional stress or something. Or like not resting enough was weakening my immune system somehow. That's my assumption. Finals, like as a general concept, were never really that bad. It was, again, like I said, the fact that I would usually end up being sick at some point during the finals. That was always like the really annoying thing about finals for me. Like it was pretty consistently every time. I would just be like, man. Trying not to get too carried away with these shadowy bits of grass, I guess. Mm-hmm. I wasn't initially planning on doing a lighter color layer, but now I feel like I kind of have to, so I guess I will. Maybe I don't want this color. Maybe I want that other color that I was like, this is maybe too bright. It did the thing again. little crushes. I mean, I'm sure they did. I haven't really tried to like think about it too hard, because then that suddenly means additional characters that don't exist that I would have to bring into creation, mentally at least. So I try not to think about that sort of thing, but they definitely would have. I just don't know anything about the people that they would have had like crushes on, you know? That's one of those things. It's like, oh no. It would help once I had like a clearer picture of how I wanted the characters' personalities and other various character traits to be. That would help to sort of inform like the type of person that they would have been interested in at that stage in their life. If that makes sense. Although I feel like maybe like Kai and Faye were probably on again, off again since high school. I don't know if that counts as like a crush or whatever though. Guess that's fine. Light in here. Shadows. That again. I feel like I want like some more light. General. Might not be the color to do it though. Tried and true. Usual color for light. It's not bad. Okay. Put all these together. Those two. And I think this will part. The magical gradient map part. Definitely think this. I think one might work. Let's try a cooler one to see what happens. Ooh. Can I take that? Yeah. I'm really feeling it, as the kids say. Do I want to have a border on this? I kind of do, so I think I will. This one. Finally got to turn on the drawing guide. Yeah, why not? Maybe I will move the football, though. Oh, I need to also move the... Alright. Maybe I just do this a little thinner then. And I have that like a Polaroid style border where the bottom is like slightly thicker than the rest of the borders, but that's on my football too much. Now I still need to move it. Dang. Oh man. Oh wait, it's because of my adjustment layer. Extra. Let's put it like here then. Seems fine. I need those other colors I was using. I think it was the color. This color. Yeah, that seems fine. Make this on overlay. Honestly, that's not bad on its own, like by itself. Maybe I'll just not do as much with these other ones. Do you think I need this in here though? Just see how big of a difference this actually makes. Not much, actually. There. Yeah. Guess that's it. I guess we've done it. Wait. I can't spell backwards today. I was over here like, why does this not look right? Duh. Not spelled even remotely correct.
Yeah, mic check, 1, 2. Let's get him, bro.
Yeah. I guess we'll call this one a done one. How fun. We did a little football boy. Still, haven't learned really anything about sports, but, you know, that's fine. I think it came out okay. Turn on that. that replay. And yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. Oh, if there's anybody else on right now, you can go hang out with or something. Oh, KB Zone. Let's go. Raid him. He's also doing art things. And he's also very chill. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. Maybe I'll be back again on Monday. That's probably what'll happen. But you know, who can say for sure? Nobody ever really knows. So until then, if you want to see more art boys, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram. Same name is here. That's where all my drawings go when they're done. And also where I post about when I'm gonna be here streaming things. Oh, happy birthday, Maximus. But yeah, I hope everyone has a good rest of the week and a wonderful weekend. Go out and do something nice for somebody, you know? And I'll see you guys whenever the next one is. It's probably gonna be Monday, but you know, who knows? Let's go hang out with the Void Hound, who's also drawing things and generally being chill, I'm sure. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, everyone. Farewell. See you later.